Hello, everybody. My name is Claude BOURBIGOT. I belong to Catia Design Industry Process Team, which is part of the Catia brand organization. I'm based in Japan and I take care of Asia, focusing on the promotion of Catia design solutions and making sure they are deployed at their full potential at our customers. I am really honored to be speaker in today's Taiwan Industry Summit. And with my presentation, I hope to convince you about the shift from product to experience design, and that the best solution to make it is Catia. But let us start by the purpose of Dassault system that you see here. We believe that the industrial challenges of this century will be tackled by solutions, harmonizing product, nature, and life. We call these solutions experiences. They are fundamentally human. It is about enjoying art, science, and technology to imagine and create a better and more sustainable world for all. Another way to say it, looking at the market. It is no longer enough for companies to think of just a product and its appearance. Consumers all over the globe today expect holistic consumer experiences. So realizing this paradigm shift, companies have embarked on a journey to move away from simple product design to deliver much more sophisticated consumer experiences. Therefore, the shift to a more human-centric design approach. But what are the challenges to make the shift? Higher, faster, further. Let me explain. First of all, management agility. Companies need to readjust their strategies more often than in the past. Secondly, building customer loyalty and a strong brand identity. This is vital to increase and keep high revenues and profit. Sustainability is part of it and requires to review the social and environmental impacts of design much more, and this comes as a cost. Last but not least, streamlined and agile design, engineering, and manufacturing processes with minimum impact on the environment, because markets are expecting a huge number of products and experiences. One of the keys to drive these paradigm shifts is the design studio. They are at the forefront of innovation, but this is new. In the past, it used to be a mean to improve the style of a product, to make it appealing, more beautiful, but not really at the core of the innovation process. Today, designers have a much bigger role and responsibility than ever before. They have to define new, exciting consumer experiences that can make a difference between success or failure of the product. We have to improve our design solutions to support them, their challenges, and their digital transformation. So to make it, we at Dassault System have our own design studio led by Ana Sensio, who is the former head of design at the General Motors. What we do is to show, to prove, to explain how the platform can serve the new way of design, which we call the design thinking. So the mean to make it is the platform, the 3D experience platform. The belief is based on 4 major pillars that you see here. First of all, on the right, the platform is connecting designers and their ecosystem on a common data source. Activities get data-driven, helping to make informed decisions. Secondly, on the left, we bring all the apps necessary to model a virtual twin within the same software. We call it Unified Digital Continuum. Then at the bottom, with integrated simulation, we are able to predict and foresee what will happen in the real world, how will be the consumer experience before it even exists. And finally, on the top, the platform includes all the communication tools to make sure all people can collaborate smoothly and understand what to do, how to do, when to do, anytime. So what is design thinking? It is a methodology structuring the creative process. We have 5 different stages. Emphasize, we understand the problem by taking a human-centric perspective. Define, we pinpoint the issues to be solved and formulate a problem. Ideate, we propose ideas and explore the solution space to address the problem. Prototype, we create and model prototypes of the ideas. And finally, test, we validate or reject them. So let's look at the 2 first stages, emphasize and define. For this, I will go through videos from now on. to illustrate the purpose and illustrate how the platform can help you do the design thinking. So for this, we on the platform have Exalead and NetVibes. They are about information intelligence. They enable organizations to gather, align, and enrich big data. They deliver that information to users within high-value applications, the widgets that you can see here on the browser. Specifically, Exalead is a web-scale search engine designed for enterprise usage. It analyzes and enriches raw data by surfacing hidden information and relationships. With these analytics available, marketers and also designers can better understand the markets, the consumer behavior, and the community needs to tailor their offerings. Designers are able to envision compelling consumer experiences and make informed decisions, considering all relevant parameters. So here in the video, you can see some of the widgets or the applications on top of the platform that you can use at the beginning. Here is the one for presentations. So then let me move over to where Catia solutions excel the most, which is the ideate phase of the design thinking process. But first of all, I need to explain the overall split of the solution. In creative design, we offer industry processes, roles, and applications, focusing on first, creativity and ideations in the early stage. In the second domain, we call surface refinement. We are covering the needs of designers, modelers, and engineers for high-end surface with a quality up to class A. We are also delivering solutions for the process of reverse engineering. In the third domain, product experience, we are delivering visualization solutions for experts and non-experts. It includes high-end visualization, to product presentation, but also design review tools, and also for perceived quality. Additionally, here we offer fully integrated individual and collaborative virtual reality experiences for the platform and easy to use basic VR review capabilities for some of our legacy solutions. So I'm back to ideate. Starting out with a proper human-centered problem from the defined stage, there is a need for intuitive tools which allow a quick exploration of the solution space. This with a lower level of detail and complexity, but in favor of quickness. So this is what we deliver. We have a solution targeting creative designers. So good industrial design needs to be human-centric. Supporting this view, we have created the human experience applications in order to provide designers a human reference in the 3D space. It can be accessed at any point of the design process, at the beginning, ideation, or even at the later test stage. For this reason, we provide this 3D mannequin with all the roles and package by default. It is available in many different variations and can be customized in size, proportions, and visual traits, with a vast set of postures already available out of the box in the core application and changes possible on the fly. Let me start again. And a big part, we believe that with this, a big part of possible user scenarios should be addressable. So you will see this mannequin later in my next videos. The second important thing is about sketching. Of course, 2D sketching with pen and paper is still very appealing to creatives and designers. Nevertheless, there are downsides to this conventional approach. To communicate design intent, spatial correctness is really difficult to achieve. So also, while we all love sketches with an emotional and artistic exaggeration, it is in fact often creating misconception about the object, especially with modelers who need to transform this idea into a first concept. Therefore, we develop Natural Sketch. Natural Sketch that you see here, a screenshot done with a Wacom tablet. Natural Sketch offers a very elegant and progressive way to satisfy both the need for artistic expression and spatial accuracy. Designers can start out in a very conventional 2D fashion by starting to sketch in views or using as reference scanned images of their paper sketches, even in 3D. Thanks to dedicated commands, the step from 2D to 3D is quite small. 3D curves can be created from sketching a curve from 2D views. As the resulting output could be Bezier curves, you can edit and modify the shape, also using direct modeling techniques like the control points, or simply redraw and modify it by another pen stroke. So the biggest benefit of being in Catia 3D environment is to be able to use existing 3D geometries and parts as a reference of the initial design. This will be shown in the next video. So this I want you to see. Yes, last thing is that if you have an existing surface, you can draw on top of it as well to continue the detail. And that's an example of a steering wheel output that you can get with Natural Sketch. But there is a next level. And the next level is VR. And with Natural Sketch, we can also do it in VR. Thanks to the full immersion, proportions and shape can be experienced more realistically. And a dedicated user interface allows to create designs directly in 3D space with the controllers of the VR head-mount display. We think that a hybrid approach, VR and non-VR, is best. For instance, one workflow is to start out with digital pen and tablet to create the first 3D curves, then move to VR to modify and experience the space more intensely. On top, you can see here one of the biggest benefits of being in the platform is to access engineering data natively without the need for conversion. So you make sure that design is taking into account all the technical constraints from the start. You can see also here that the designers is sketching around the human as a reference, so mannequin again. So without transition, moving on to concept modeling, let's have a look at the Catia Imagine and Shape. Whether you are starting out based on the curves created by Natural Sketch or not, IMA enables users to create quickly curvature continuous surfaces while avoiding all the difficulties of classic surface modeling. It's based on the subdivision surface technology, but it's delivering a unique modeling experience. While the creation of the base mesh follows the rules of polygon modeling, at the same time in parallel, Catia creates a surface. And so there is no need for additional operation to create usable surfaces. Also, these surfaces can be passed to any downstream process, for instance, for engineering. It can be started in parallel, of course, saving decisive development time. So we can mix subdivision surface with NURBS and Bezier. So there is no problem about that. You can cut Bezier NURBS with subdivision surface, but you can also do the other way around, like adding fillet to an edge of IMA surface. Thanks to the ambiances provided, modelers are able to experience their model in different environments and lighting in real time, allowing for a better understanding of shapes and surface quality. This you will see it in a few seconds. As another added value, users are able to launch the real-time ray tracing engine with a click of a button, like here. The global illumination technology provides physically correct rendering, so users can switch between modeling and reviewing the product in a flick of an eye. Also, recently, we have introduced a new role for nomad designers. They need a high degree of freedom in terms of accessibility of tools and mobility. This solution is cloud-based and accessible via web browsers, nothing to install, which means that the applications can be used on mobile devices too. one of the trends in recent years has been to introduce 3D patterns inspired by nature and integrate them into the product design. We introduced for this Catia X generative design. Functional nodes are combined to form complex generative algorithms, which in turn generate complex geometric patterns in 3D space. It's also based on cloud and accessible through a browser. So here you can see some examples of the complexity and variety of shapes that you could do using X generative design. I also published a few articles on the Catia community for the users to show the power of this application. So now let's move to the next stage in the design thinking process, which is prototype. It corresponds to our surface refinement offering. Historically, ISM Surf, as part of our portfolio, has been and still is the leader for explicit Class A modeling in the world. So you can do very quick Class A level shapes without history and direct modifications. But in order to address the needs of our customers for a fully integrated Class A solutions in Catia, we created Catia ISM, which is fully associative and parametric Class A modeling solution. Now, let me introduce our new leading solution in this domain, ISM Design Experience. So it merges the two user communities, ISM Surf and Catia ISM, and the two modeling philosophies into one application and within the platform. So with IDX, we deliver a new level of productivity and innovation. We have been studying the user experience in our current solutions and focused on reducing mouse mileage and clicks. We want to offer a new user and new modeling experience to customers of our legacy solutions like ISM Surf, but also those moving over from competitor solution. ISM Design Experience is not only for Class A, but also for CAS modeling. Sorry, I saw that I had some video issues, so you will be able to cut here if necessary. So let me continue. So here is a video of the philosophy of ISM Design Experience. I'm not using a complex car model, but you can see the principles. Direct modeling, like in ISM Surf, is where you can do direct modifications of any curve and surface on the screen. You have full control, but there is no automatic update. Parametric modeling, like in Catia ISM, allows for changing a model with parameters. And the whole history of the model is then replayed automatically, but you lose the history if you change geometry directly. With ISM Design Experience, you can do direct modeling and parametric modeling at the same time without losing history. So there is 3 key ideas of IDX, very few but smart modeling functions. We call it the Omni Surf, Omni Curve. Direct sculpting is always possible in parallel, and this sculpting is kept on the surface also after parametric update. Continuity between surfaces and between curves and surfaces is always maintained. So you can sculpt both the input and the output surfaces. So Catia is able to provide all the tools to go from a first ideation over to a first 3D concept, over to a high quality surface model. We deliver flexibility in the early stages with Natural Sketch, IMA, and X Generative Design, the new innovative tool for generative modeling. We deliver precision, which is required for Class A with ISM Surf, Catia ISM, and ISM Design Experience. And we deliver power with the associative parametric capabilities of the Catia geometric modeling core on the 3D experience platform. So I wanted to illustrate this with the interior door. We called it the unified modeling. We brought together surfaces and their features from all our relevant creative applications. So on top, we have IMA subdivision models, and below you have the ISM Design Experience surfaces, Bezier curve, Bezier surfaces. So ISM technology, so with this new software approach, users are in full control of when changes are promoted to the geometry. They can choose when to trigger the update. Let's see again here. They can choose when to promote. They can choose when to trigger the update and when to pause it for a given group of geometry. And with a great impact on the performance. So now let us move aside a little from the full digital continuum. I want to talk about reverse engineering. There is a trend in recent years to be fully digital, mainly for cost reasons. Yet we have customers reaffirming their need for physical prototypes and reverse engineering because physical models still deliver a better basis for design confirmation. So for this purpose, we introduce new functionalities to our existing solution, like fictive edge, or rework new surface network comment, amongst others. And this is to go super fast in the reverse engineering process. So there is a need for increased productivity to get this process to a competitive level, which we believe is achieved by introducing those tools. The motto is to automate as much as possible to the max, but at the same time, ensure that there is predictability and quality of the outcome. So this is an illustration with the new surface network command. But I want to emphasize the results of some benchmark done in DS and at customers. So here you see 5 hours for exterior car that we improved, and the initial time was 1 week if you do it in Catia V5. So on the first shoot, we have approximately 10 times faster than in V5. And in 22X, we also support the replacement and update of scan data to be even faster. Finally, so let's look now at how we can verify and test our new consumer experience or product in our digital and virtual environment. In our next category called product experience, we take a look at high-end visualization first. One of the most sophisticated scenarios for visualization is automotive lighting. On one hand, all the technical inputs and constraints in terms of light physics and physical parts need to be taken into account correctly, but also the vision, the artistic vision of the light designer. The overall complexity is staggering and the process time consuming if the virtual tools are not able to properly represent it. So we are our solution. Let me start again this one. We are providing those solutions. Thanks to the stellar render engine, local network functions, and animation capabilities, users can simulate all the lighting scenarios envisioned by design. Designers will be provided with a realistic and physical correct representation of their design in the virtual world, and the decision-making process we believe is enhanced decisively. As another highlight to mention, we have introduced the capability of an active human incarnation and motion capture, as you can see here. Available within the VR roles, we can add an immersive VR experience on top of any 3D model for ultimate realism and the design of the experience itself. So this motion capture is recorded here and can be replayed and edited later on. You can see here. You can have a full motion capture which in people walking, people running as well, as far as the HMD allows. Another important use case for visualization is ModSim. Catia and Simulia applications belong to the 3D experience platform. So this tight integration of modeling and simulation is what we call the Maxim Paradigm. It breaks the silos between design and engineering. As we can see here, even very complex airflow simulations are possible without the need to use simulation tools outside the platform. You do not need any data transfer, slowing down the development process, and you can naturally perform design reviews across departments. But since 22, those simulations results are supported in the application product experience design, allowing then designers, engineers, and simulation experts to review the virtual twin, define and experience variants to make right decisions without complex manipulations. And that's almost the end of my presentation. So I really hope you did enjoy these presentations and would like to thank you for your attendance. There was quite a lot of information shared and I could not go deeper into details of the solutions. Yet I hope that you have been convinced that the platform, the 3D Experience platform, is the right tool to make design thinking true. And if you are interested, you can also try to get in touch with us on LinkedIn, for instance, where you will also find a link to our dedicated Catia Creative Design community, which I encourage you to join. Over there, you will find news and best practices around design, and you can connect and exchange with users of our solution. So stay safe and see you soon. Feel free to contact us directly. And yes, again, thank you for your attention. So I'm looking forward to hear back from you soon. Bye-bye.
我很快的帮 Claude 做个总结哈。那其实他本来还有机票的，可是因为检疫的关系，最后没有成行。那他今天谈到了几个主题，就是在整个设计流程、工业设计流程里面有谈到的，就是你去探索你的需求，你去定义你的问题，然后最后才进入你的那个发想，然后找出你的方案，然后建立这个 prototyping 原型，然后最后测试。他来讲这个整个过程中达索的一个解决方案。首先探索的部分的话，那达索 3D 体验平台里面，除了去分析平台里面的这些大数据以外，我们也可以连接外面的一个爬网的这功能，从网络上你去找出你对你的产品的正面评价，未来的需求，产品的趋势，让你做整个那个设计的一个方案的一个评估。那刚才谈到是说，我们现在整个设计软体里面基本上都是以人为本，那也就是说只要你是设计的一个功能里面都会有人，那随时让你的这一个虚拟的人因工程呢，来辅助你做整个那个设计的实用性、可视性的这样的一个验证。那接下来设计的除了设计师在做2维的素描大部分用的像Photoshop 或 Illustrator 这种工具之外，那如果你用这种工具的话，你可能还需要一个数模师帮你把这些2D 的概念呢转成3D。那我们这边直接就是所谓的3D 的素描，而且我们在工业宇宙里面呢，这个素描的话，我们还支援到设计，不只是让你去做检视，所以你可以带上 VR 呢，直接透过那个1:1的这种VR 的环境去做一些很真实感觉的这一个素描的一个3D 素描的一个设计。那再来的话，就是当你素描了之后，在概念设计的阶段，你必须要有一个很快速的工具可以让你把那个造型定义出来。所以我们有概念性的一个快速造型的工具。那这个对于车子的话，它还有后面的一个设计的过程。可对某一些内装或是比较简单的产品，原则上它就可以衔接后面的一个工程设计了。那再来就是人类设计过程中都会模仿自然哈，那自然就很多花纹，这些花纹的形式可能固定，可是呢它大小是不一的，它会随着你的曲面变化，所以这种所谓的演算法的那个3D 花纹设计呢，目前在我们的解决方案里面也有哈，所以 我们现在的软体也可以支援一些网页的界面，也就是说你不用装终端的软体，那你可以透过网页，那也就表示你可以用 Pad 这一种来帮你去做设计，所以你可以透过演算法去设定你的这个逻辑，可以自动产生这种规则类似，可是呢大小不一，随需变化的这样的一个造型。那再来就是整个设计过程中，如果是车子的话，那你可能会去做油图，那油图之后呢，你可能要有逆向工程。那如何有快速的这个逆向工程？那我们跟几家车厂呢，也持续的改进我们在逆向工程的这些功能。那从你几千万点的这个点云里面，快速的去定义这些分割线，然后从分割线里面呢，可以快速的产生这些逆向的曲面，然后再回去修改你的那一个油图，然后再回来这样反复。那这边定义的是属于所谓的 V 极面 Cross V 的一个曲面，那你很快速的从那个油图重建成一个3D 的一个数模那对于汽车业来讲，那它可能会做到所谓的 A 极面 Cross A。那传统的 Class A 的客户呢，原则上就是他会有那一个比较习惯于使用这一种所谓的无参数的这个界面。那可是整合到我们平台里面呢，无参数的话就是你下一次要修改的时候，你要重做一次。那到我们平台里面的话，我们是2种技术都兼顾，从我们原审的 ISON 的这一种无参数的A 极面的这一个设计，然后跟有参数的这个设计呢，整个做一些混合，所以可以按个人的需求你可以去做一些你可以选择用无参数，或选择用有参数，然后透过这种方式产生你的 A 极面。那 A 极面之后呢，就可以做一些后面的一个工程设计。OK， 那最后就是到 test 阶段，就是我做完了之后呢，我需要去验证。那在同一个平台，我们就可以直接用所谓的很逼真的这些高阶的一个rendering 渲染的这个技术。那在传统的这种工业造型的话，你可能 Sketch 就是刚才素描是一个软体，快速建模是一个软体，然后 rendering 又是一个软体，那你到 VR 可能还有另外一个软体，所以原则上我们就是把这些技术呢全部把它整合在同一个平台里面。那我们刚才谈说你可以用VR 的设备去做这种所谓的3D 的一个素描。那我们现在用 VR 来做 review， 而且不只是做 review， 前面有讲到就是我们以人为本的一个设计，我们把人放到你的模型里面。那现在呢是可以把人带上 VR 跟那个电脑里面的模型是结合在一起。那做一些的所谓的动作的捕捉 motion capture。那以前你要做动作捕捉，基本上可能要带到你身上可能要装很多 sensor， 包括你的每一个手指脚要贴很多 sensor， 你才有办法去捕捉到这个动作。那我们现在只要透过很简单的这种 VR 设备，我们就能够捕捉动作。做完你的动作之后呢，只在电脑上做重播验证所以你现在看到这种很细微的动作，其实它是透过VR 设备的捕捉来验证。所以我们现在在工业元宇宙的一个应用的话，现在已经深入到整个设计的一个阶段。那接下来当我设计完了之后呢，通常你会去做那一个模拟分析验证。一个车子做完以后，我要分析它的那个风阻。那这个是一个很麻烦的一个迭代。那透过我们平台呢，它可以自动迭代，就是把建模跟模拟呢自动做循环，然后透过过程中的一个优化，找到一个最佳的解。那最后就是他有跟分享，如果你对Catia 整个设计 team， 那这是一个设计者的一个世界，他们在 LinkedIn 里面有一个社群有兴趣你可以到这个 LinkedIn 社群里面去做沟通。好，谢谢各位。